Yeah, and you're right. Ja, Ja's done an unbelievable job at Miami, and hell, they're a better team than probably a lot of people realize. This says a lot about Miami, and to me, it also says a lot about North Carolina. Be more consistent. If you want to be a team that is a contender and being taken seriously, you can't have these letdowns. And you saw it when they took the California trip. They lost 2 games out there, kind of a head scratcher. And the way that they played defense tonight is the reason why they've lost these games. When you play Olay defense and you're just not in help side defense isn't engaged, and you're not playing one-on-one defense. You're not guarding your man, keeping the ball in front of you. You're letting Miami get quality looks, layups, and dunks. That was the whole thing to me. I felt like they controlled the interior. They're getting high-quality shots. And anytime we got in the half-court sets, I thought we were a little stagnant. I felt like we held on to the ball. We kind of passed, looked around, waited for an action to happen, and then the same situation once we reversed the ball. But this whole game came down to not playing defense, not getting rebounds, and Miami just controlling the interior, getting what they wanted offensively, and dominating inside.
I thought the guard play was an issue too. That's a question that we've had for much of the season. And I thought that it looked a little bit like it was answered. And I thought that the fact that the way that Carolina won at or against Duke was with Derek Dixon finding Seth Trimble in the corner was a little bit of like, hey, look, this problem has been fixed. Derek Dixon tonight, 1 for 9 from the floor, 0 for 9 from 3, 4 turnovers. Seth Trimble tonight, 0 for 5 from the floor, 0 for 3 from 3. They combined for 6 points. That you're not going to win on the road if your guards are doing it. Compare that to what Wisconsin's guards did tonight, and I think that shows you the difference right there.
No, I agree. They've got to be more consistent, and that's kind of been what you talked about. All year that's been a big question mark. But the one positive tonight, I thought Kyan Evans came in off the bench and showed some good minutes, and I thought Powell stepped up, hit some big shots early on. But you're right, you got to be more consistent. And I know Dixon's a freshman, and he's got to, he's going to have some freshman moment. He's not. He's not that talented to where you can just kind of roll the ball out, and he's going to have some learning curves. But overall, Dixon has been improving and stepping up in big moments, but tonight it just wasn't there. And, had a lot to do with Miami playing well and playing tough physical. I mean, the other thing you got to think about is anytime we went inside, Uday, he dominated. I mean, it wasn't easy for us once we got inside with our guards. I mean, they were met with physicality at the rim. They were met with length, and they were met with athleticism, and it overwhelmed them.
Talk about finding the right home too in the transfer portal. Like everybody jumps in the portal. Like, let me go here. We're seeing it right now with Elliot Cadeau going to Michigan, but Malik Renew. Like, are you kidding me? Leaving Indiana and coming to this Miami program, and he's getting 20 points per game, over 6 rebounds per game. He had a double-double in this one. Like that's what's good about the transfer portal, when guys find the right spot and they develop and they grow and they get better in the spot that they are. I mean, this guy is playing at a ridiculous level. And I'm going to say it again. First-year head coach, never been a head coach before, taking it over an ACC job. I know he's been an assistant coach at high-level programs like Texas, like Kentucky, like Duke, but this is a different animal. Like, you're sliding over that seat. The job that Jay Lucas is doing is really impressive, and credit him and the way that this team's playing, and Malik Renew, finding the right spot.
And they're like as of today, they're dancing. This is the one that gets them on the right side of the bubble. They were the first team out.
They're 19-5.
They were according to our bracketologist, who Matt McCall
Can I be in charge of bracketology for the Field 68, please? Can I, who's
You're in charge of
running
hosting this show. You're in charge of bracketology. You are in charge of
Whatever you and Goodman are
bedtime
getting
for my
paid, I'm
kids.
taking half your salary. That's what's up.
Done. It ain't gonna help you that much. But the fact that like you win this game, this is a game changer for them when it comes to your ability to get a bid to the dance. Like this puts them on the right side of the bubble, and I do believe that they will be able to do enough here the rest of the season to make sure that this is not the last time that they have a good win. Right, here's what they got left on their schedule: at NC State. That looks really good if you can get that win. Virginia Tech, at Virginia, at Florida State, BC, at SMU, and Louisville. Like you got 3 or 4 more chances to really put together a quality resume here, but you needed this one, T. You needed this one if you were Miami. What is, I guess, when it comes to the North Carolina side, and I'm curious for both of you guys, and I can weigh in too, but I said earlier today that I still think Carolina is a team that can make the Final Four. And I also think that Carolina is a team that if you told me they were a 5 seed on Selection Sunday and they lost to like St. Louis in the first round, I could probably see that thing happening too. Like I feel like this team has as big of a gap between what they are when they are at their best and what they are when they are at their worst as anybody in the country, T.
I agree with that statement. And it's kind of scary because you see the potential with Caleb Love, and you see kind of Derek Dixon's, potential and moments as well. And you see some flashes from this team. And, the worrisome part is, that nobody expected that second half in Duke. They were pretty worried after watching that first half. And there's been some games where they just haven't been able to put 40 minutes together. They've had big moments where they've kind of stalled and they've got content. They've had leads. They kind of blow. And then, this is a year where we beat Kentucky, we beat Kansas, and we beat Duke. I'm not sure how many seasons we've done that in the same season. So you know what this team is capable of, as far as their ceiling, but also, their floor is pretty scary as well. It's not that, they have the ability to, trick some games off. And and they're young. So for me, if I'm going to be confident what this team needs to do to really make a deep tournament run, I think they've got to find ways to really get Caleb involved more and to get easy buckets. I think if you watch some of the games, especially watch that first half against Duke, he was hitting hero shot after hero shot. He was delivering. He kept them in the game. And, you've got to find ways in your half-court sets to get him better looks and get him looks to where the double team isn't, capable of getting there, whether that's a deep seal in the paint where he can go to work real quick, where the double team doesn't have time to get there. I think Caleb's got to play well. I think you got to figure out how to get him easy buckets. I think Henry Vasar is going to have to play tough and use his length and have some of those big games like he had early on in the year. And I think Derek Dixon's going to have to step up and be consistent. That's what's really going to dictate this team and their success. I think they've got pieces. They have depth, and they've shown the capability of being a really good team.
How dare you give St. Louis a